So you start by opening the email. The sender is Fáilte Ireland and the subject is Accommodation Occupancy in the most recent month or months. All of the instructions are contained in the email, including a link to the site and your user ID. If you're copying and pasting your user ID, be careful not to copy the space after it, otherwise your password might not work. We used to be able to include passwords in the email. We can no longer do that due to data protection laws. If you forget your password or you never knew it in the first place, I'll show you in a minute how you can reset it. So let's log on to the site. So type in your user ID and your password and click sign in. If you don't know your password, you can see that link there, sign in options, and you can set a new one. That brings you to this screen here. Click on the results link on the left hand side, and then at the top of the screen go straight to this tab which says benchmarks. On this drop down, select a year. So at the time of recording, all benchmarking data was available up until the end of 2018. Then what you benchmark against can be selected from this drop down. Now this can look a little daunting at first, so let's start off simple. So in the service sector, for example, there are three types of establishment. There's hotels, guest houses and B&Bs. If you're a hotel, for example, you might not want to benchmark against guest houses and B&Bs. You might just want to benchmark against other hotels. If that's the case, then always select an item from the drop down which contains the words type of establishment. Click on the red button and it will bring up a chart below. In the bottom right hand corner, this shows exactly what the benchmark is showing. So ARO stands for average room occupancy. You can change that to average bed occupancy if you wish. And as you can see from the other drop downs in the bottom right hand corner there, this is all hotels in the Republic of Ireland. On the chart itself, the blue bars are your results and the green bars are the benchmarks. As you can see from this example, the result is a little bit behind the national average in each of the months. So that's quite general. You might want to be more specific. What else can we select? So there's a number of items on the drop down which start with the words type of establishment split by something else. So in this case, classification is your star rating. So in this case, we're a 4-star hotel, and so we're benchmarking against other 4-star hotels. You can also benchmark against your county. Remember, after selecting a new item from this drop down, always to click the red button in the top right hand corner showing view results, otherwise the chart won't change. You might find sometimes on the county benchmark that some of the figures are missing on the bar chart. That's when there isn't enough data. One of the reasons why we're encouraging more businesses to do this is so that we have more data, and the more data we have, the more ways we can cut it and the more useful it is for you. If any of the blue bars are missing, that's because you haven't entered your data for that month. So as you can see, if you do this every month, you get the full picture across the whole year. I should also mention that if you're not in the service sector, if you're in, for example, self-catering, the options on the drop-down menu are a bit simpler because you don't have to cut by type of establishment. It's just all self-catering. If you have any queries, go back to the foot of the email. That's me, Anthony Lydell. My contact details, give us a call and we'll be happy to help.